Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey everyone, my name is Cassie, and on Once Upon a Time in Springfield today, my dad and I will be talking about Season 2, Episode 3,
Treehouse of Horror!
Okay, Dad, start the intro.
She's Cassie.
My dad's like Homer, because he always goes out and buys us donuts.
He's Chris.
Cassie used to be a lot like Maggie when she was a baby. She never gave up her pacifier.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a wonderful evening of theater and picking up after yourself.
This is Once Upon a Time in Springfield, a Simpsons review show from the point of view of a dad and his daughter.
From now on, I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the ride.
Here they are, Cassie and Chris.
This episode includes tales of a haunted house, a misunderstanding with aliens, which is me, and the rendition of The Raven.
What the hell is that?
All right, chalkboard gag.
The chalkboard gag, there was none.
Did not exist. All right, couch gag.
There was none.
You're all nuts.
Okay, but in the beginning, Marge, one of the characters from the cartoon, comes out on stage from behind the curtain, which is hilarious, and says, "Please be careful. I've washed my hands of this episode. My kids aren't afraid of anything, but this stuff is scary."
You know, Halloween is a very strange holiday. Personally, I don't understand it. I don't know, kids worshiping ghosts, pretending to be devils. Oh, things on TV that are completely inappropriate for younger viewers. Things like the following half hour. Nothing seems to bother my kids, but tonight's show, which I totally wash my hands of, is really scary. So if you have sensitive children, maybe you should tuck them into bed early tonight instead of writing us angry letters tomorrow.
So after Marge leaves the stage, it shows Homer saying, "Halloween's my favorite." Yeah.
And so he went up to the treehouse and hid behind there.
He did. He gets scared throughout this, and he gets more and more scared each skit.
I've got something I'd like to say.
The first skit's called The Bad Dream House.
Correct. And this was a giant mansion that Homer had bought for super cheap. And the one thing that I recognized was that Marge said there's 18 bedrooms.
Well, it's all ours.
I still can't believe how inexpensive it was.
Motivated seller, Marge.
Well, he certainly must have been motivated. Prime location, 18 bedrooms, we shouldn't be able to afford this.
So we got a good deal for once. Quit fighting it.
Do they need 18 bedrooms?
Yes.
Must have been. Oh, they do.
Yes.
Oh, must have been a hell of a deal then. Lisa does get hit in the back of the head with the book, right? Who's she blame?
Of course, Bart. I would blame him.
And then Marge goes in the kitchen. What does she see?
She sees a portal.
Like a vortex.
Yeah, and they throw a potato in there.
Homer! What's this thing in the corner?
I don't know.
It looks like a vortex, a gateway into another dimension.
Ooh, a vortex. Catch!
Which is quite funny because then a piece of paper comes back, and what's the piece of paper say?
It says, "Stop throwing food and trash into our dimension."
Yep. It's kind of funny. So there's voices talking to them. They're all kind of going crazy in the middle of the night, and they all kind of grab knives.
Yep, and try fighting each other. And then Marge comes out with a sandwich.
Yeah, she had a knife too, but she was making a sandwich. They made it look like she was one of them.
What's going on out here? Homer! Bart, Lisa, Maggie, stop it!
Sorry.
Sorry,
Bart.
Sorry, Mom.
So Marge stopped them from killing each other, and then Lisa sees what in the basement?
She sees an Indian burial ground.
Yep. This is a play off of the movie Poltergeist. Now, you haven't seen Poltergeist. I'll show that to you one day when you're not so scared of it. The movie's scary. So then Homer calls the guy he bought the house from and said, "You never told me about an Indian burial ground."
Mr. Ploot, when you sold me this house, you forgot to mention one little thing. You didn't tell me it was built on an Indian burial ground. No, you didn't. Well, that's not my recollection. All right, goodbye. He says he mentioned it 5 or 6 times.
So then Homer kind of goes, "Oh, yes, this is my fault." And then what does Marge do?
Marge gets really mad, starts yelling at the house.
Shut up! Quit trying to push us around! Stop saying those horrible things and show some manners!
And the house is like, can I get a moment to think to myself?
Yeah, because they're like, we're not leaving, and if you don't want to leave, then we get along together.
And before this happened, Bart was like, try doing anything to the wall, please, please. And then the house was like, no, I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to scare you.
Make the walls bleed.
No.
Hey, man, we own you. Let's see some blood.
I don't have to entertain you.
Come on, man, do it. Do the blood thing. Come on, do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
That was such a funny part, too. He's like, make the walls bleed. All right, and then that's pretty much the end of that one. That's how it ends. They kind of sit there and they have to agree with the house.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun, though. Very first Treehouse of Horror first skit. Skit number 2 is Hungry Are the Damned. So this one starts out with Homer and Marge in the backyard, and Homer's putting extremely too much lighter fluid on the barbecue. And then what happens?
And it, like, burned.
It looked like a giant bomb went off, right?
Yes.
And then it went back to the whole family, and they're super clean. So, yeah, they're sitting there, they're barbecuing, and then what happens?
They see a UFO. When that happened,
They picked everybody up with like a light, like a tractor beam kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your burgers are getting cold, Dot. Holy moly.
When they tried to get Homer, they couldn't get him with one, so they had to pick him up with the biggest one.
Yeah, with the second light. They had to have second light because he's too fat. So then they get on the ship. They're scared. Who do they meet? They meet your family, the aliens.
Yes.
Greetings, Earthlings. I am Kang.
Yep.
I don't remember the other names, but they remember the one guy. What did he say?
To pronounce it correctly, I would have to pull out your tongue.
Ooh.
Okay, so then they're sitting there, they're fattening him up, and what happens? Lisa gets all nosy, right?
She goes to the kitchen, and she gets a cookbook, which says,
How to Eat Humans.
Let me get this straight.
They thought we were going to eat them.
Good God. Is this some kind of joke?
No.
There was a lot of it setting up the fact that they were going to eat them as humans.
yeah.
Basically, they were like, we were going to show you the best place ever. It was going to be
And they
feelings
were-
of joy and everything.
We offered you paradise. You would have experienced emotions 100 times greater than what you call love, and 1,000 times greater than what you call fun. You would have been treated like gods, and lived forever in beauty. But now, because of your distrustful nature, that can never be.
So then they get kicked out of the spaceship, and they're not happy with Lisa. What did Marge say? You know, Lisa? That's my Marge impression, apparently. Sometimes you're too smart for your own good. Yeah, there you go.
You know, Lisa.
Lisa, see what we mean when we say you're too smart for your own good?
Yes, that was so funny.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
All right, let's go to the last skit. It was called The Raven.
The Raven was a really good one.
It was, and this is a play off of an old book.
The Raven.
Homer's the lead in it. It's a poem.
Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from off my heart, and take thy form from off my door.
Quoth the Raven.
Nevermore.
It's a very popular poem, and then the Simpsons redid it. So then it shows Homer outside the treehouse, all scared, and then everybody goes inside to go to sleep. Who's the most afraid?
Homer.
And what does Marge tell him?
I'm not gonna fall asleep with the lights on. They're just kids' stories.
I hate Halloween.
And that's the end of the first Treehouse of Horror. Yay!
Woo!
I stand corrected.
All right, Cassie, what was your favorite part of the show?
My favorite part was when, at the beginning, where Homer's like, oh my gosh, I love Halloween. It's so much fun. And he's like, oh, wait, I'm an adult. I could go sneak up on the kids. So that was my favorite part.
Kind of sets up the whole show. All right, my favorite part was when the whole family blamed Lisa for being too smart for her own good. They could have been set up for life, forever. They could have lived forever. And stinky Lisa.
Deep trouble.
The characters that were introduced this time were the aliens. And then, Cassie, who's your favorite character?
My favorite character was Maggie, because she just sat there and she turned her head all the way around in one.
Which is from another movie called Exorcist. I'll have to show you that too when you're older. My favorite character is Homer because he bought the house on an Indian burial ground and was told a dozen times and still bought the house. I probably would have done the same thing.
Greetings, Earthlings. I am Kang.
All right, Cass, what's our takeaway?
The takeaway is make sure you double check the house before telling scary stories, and maybe we will try to tell some scary stories
Yeah, I think next time we did the Treehouse of Horror, we might come to the table with a scary story each.
Oh, brother.
All right, Cassie, what are we going to rate this one?
We're going to rate the first Treehouse of Horror 9 haunted houses.
Woohoo! I like it. This was a really good episode. First Treehouse of Horror. I'm so excited to see more.
Me too, because I love scary stuff.
She does. She's pretty crazy from time to time.
I feel that way too.
That's the end of the show, everyone. I hope you like the show as much as Maggie likes her pacifier, or Homer likes his beer. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. Go to thisisfunner.com to check out some really cool shows. And please, share it with a friend.
Everything really wrapped up nicely.
Thank you all for listening to Once Upon a Time in Springfield. Please go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. And don't forget to rate, review, and share the show with a friend.
Ugly dougly done. This is funner. I could have met them.
Right? You're an alien.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.